Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host 𝙒𝙖𝙩𝙤. Joining me after a few months is Sanjay Dixit of Jaipur Dialogues, and we're going to talk about the interesting place that Rajasthan finds itself in the political landscape. They are up for elections in a few months and a lot of churn happening in the Congress camp. And we'll also talk about what is going to happen in the BJP camp also. So first, let us welcome Sri Sanjay Dixit ji. Sanjay ji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaste, namaste. How are you?
I'm doing well, Sanjay ji. First off, it's a privilege and honor to host you on my channel, sir. And you have been a Rajasthan man for a long time. So you probably know the ins and outs of what's happening in the machinations of the Congress. You know, we heard about Sachin Pilot almost bolting a couple of years ago and only to come back, tail tucked firmly between his legs. Now again, he is threatening something. Kind of walk us through what is happening, because Gehlot has made some interesting statements also.
You see, right since the beginning, Gehlot's strategy has been to somehow push Sachin Pilot out of Rajasthan politics and possibly out of Congress. That's what he has been aiming to do ever since he took charge. And of course, he made Sachin's life difficult. Even as he was a deputy chief minister, nothing used to get done. Anybody who was seen even remotely close to Sachin Pilot was removed. I'm talking about the bureaucracy. And the general perception and the general message that went around the secretariat, and I was still in the secretariat at that time when it all started, and that was December 1919, and I was there till July 2020, so I saw it close by. And they made it clear, the Gehlot camp made it clear that Sachin was a persona non grata. And ultimately, he felt so suffocated that he thought that he could actually make a bolt and probably bring the government down. He almost succeeded. And of course, he got some gratuitous and not so gratuitous help from the BJP at that time. And that's what Gehlot keeps referring to from time to time. And made some very interesting statements lately. And I don't know why he exposed Vasundhara Raje, because Vasundhara Raje did save his government. He is absolutely right. When he says that Vasundhara Raje saved his government, he is absolutely dead right. And BJP hesitated only because BJP was not sure of Vasundhara's moves. Vasundhara did not want Sachin Pilot coming into the BJP fold, because that would have compromised her position, she thought, as if it's not already compromised. She has compromised it by her own actions. So that's how it's all been going, and it's very interesting, the recent statements that about Vasundhara, and of course he keeps bad-mouthing Sachin Pilot every time he gets an opportunity. That's been quite a tale. And that is something that Sachin Pilot referred to also yesterday. But then when you ask me about what happened yesterday, I will come to that.
So, basically, when he tried to bolt, did he have enough numbers for him to be able to join with BJP and command a majority, even assuming that all of them resigned and then got re-elected, like what happened in Karnataka?
You see, he had about 24 MLAs to begin with. And the total number of MLAs that Congress has is 99 plus 6. That is 105. These 6 are those who joined from the BSP. The BSP had 6 MLAs. All of them, 5 of them, joined Congress.
Okay.
So their total was 104, out of which 24 were threatening to go away. So if these 24 went away, then that would have left the assembly with a midpoint of 90, because then there would have been 180 MLAs. And out of that, 80 would have been, 200 minus 20 would have been 180. Midpoint
Right.
would have been 90. Congress would have been left with 80. But Congress also had support of about 14 independent MLAs. So basically, what they needed was not 20, but not 24, but they needed almost 34 MLAs. So there were 10 short there. Out of these
Some
24,
margins. Yeah.
so it was a very marginal thing. So then 3 of them bolted the Sachin Pilot camp and came back to Ashok Gehlot. So that completely tilted the scales. And after that, I think BJP gave him some 15 days to muster up the rest of the brigade, but that he could not. And that's why that whole attempt failed. And now the charge is being made by Ashok Gehlot that they received a hefty sum of money. And he says that, okay, now you return the money that you've taken from the BJP, and I will ask AICC to make good your losses. So that's also a jibe that he's taking. And that has also upset a lot of people, because people who had gone with Sachin Pilot also included some very, very honest and old politicians as well, who are known for being absolutely
Squeaky clean.
straight and honest. So that's how things are happening. And I think the move that was made by Sachin was somewhat premature at that time, and that is maybe because of his lack of experience. Otherwise, he could have done like Jyotiraditya Scindia, but then Jyotiraditya Scindia also had the advantage that the gap in MP was much less.
Yes, much less. So true. So what is the latest fracas? Yeah, what is the latest fracas now?
Latest is now that the assembly elections are just about 6-7 months away. I think in late October, generally the notification happens. So late October means we are already in May, so just 5 months away. So nobody's got any stake left in remaining an MLA. So they are making their moves. They're making their moves for the Legislative Assembly elections. That seems to be the case. And maybe Sachin Pilot has finally made up his mind to ditch Congress, because Ashok Gehlot doesn't seem to be in a mood to give any quarter at all.
Now, interesting thing that I heard is that now you said that he had 24. Let's mota 3 left, so he had 20 or 21. Now I'm hearing he has barely 12.
You see, right now it doesn't matter. The number of MLAs do not matter, because nobody is now trying to change the government. Because if at this moment you change the government gets unnecessary sympathy, and the government is quite unpopular anyway. So right now everybody is trying to position themselves for the Legislative Assembly elections and the post-election scenario. Those are the gambits that are being played out right now.
Viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications as we proceed this conversation with Sanjay Dixit ji. He has graced our channel after a long time. I'm hoping that we'll have more such conversations, because he's as Rajasthan goes to polls soon. So Sanjay ji, I'm also hearing that Rajasthan has a bunch of Revdi schemes already in play. Do you think that will affect the public mood come election time?
Oh, plenty of them. But that's typically Gehlot. He does that every time. He's third-time chief minister. And in his previous 2 innings, he did absolutely the same playbook he's copying even this time.
Hmm.
And each time it didn't matter, because the maladministration and malgovernance in his rule are always so high that these things do not matter in the end. Everybody knows where he's coming from. People know him so well. he also knows his people well. But then he just doesn't have that basic competence to run a state government. That's why he loses. The first time he came, and in fact, every time he has become the chief minister, he's done that through the 10 Janpath route. The elections were never fought in his name, in which the Congress made government. 1998, the election was fought in the name of Parasuram Maderna and Naval Kishore Sharma. And because there was a tussle between the two, he parachuted in and became chief minister at a fairly young age. I think he was about 45, 46 at that time. Then, as chief minister, the next election was fought in 2003 with Gehlot as the face and as the chief minister. In 1998, Congress had won a landslide of 156 seats out of 200. Then, when Gehlot became the face and the elections were fought in 2003 under his chief ministership, Congress came down to 56. 156 to 56.
Wow.
Then again, the next elections in 2008 were fought with C.P. Joshi as the face. Now, as luck would have it, the C.P. Joshi lost the election by 1 vote. And he was again parachuted in. And even if C.P. Joshi had not lost the election, I'm quite sure that the way he is able to manipulate 10 Janpath, he would have parachuted in next time as well. Because even at that time, Rahul was favoring C.P. Joshi. But Sonia was for Gehlot even at that time. So even if you give the scenario that C.P. Joshi had won the election, even then, because C.P. Joshi did throw his hat into the mix, even though he had lost the election. But then he had the blessings of 10 Janpath and he was parachuted in again. Then the next elections, I'm giving you the whole background so that you...
Right.
The next elections, 2013 were fought under his chief ministership with he himself, Ashok Gehlot, as the face. And Congress got a record 21 seats out of 200.
Wow.
So then he was eased out, but he's never eased out. When he loses chief ministership, then he lands a plum post in the organization in Delhi. So he was made general secretary there. And Sachin Pilot was happily ensconced as a minister, as a state minister of telecom, important ministry. And he was asked to come to Rajasthan and brave it out. And he did brave it out in the Rajasthan heat for 5 years. And he restored their fortunes, made some very important alliances, because of which Congress could win. Congress won principally because in the eastern Rajasthan, about 42 seats of eastern Rajasthan, Congress swept 37. In these 42 seats, BJP could get only one. Only one. And in the rest of the 160 seats, they got 72.
But if he did all the hard work, then why was he not made the chief minister then?
Ashok Gehlot has the ability to sway 10 Janpaths. He had the support of Rahul Gandhi once again. But then Rahul Gandhi is also outmaneuvered by mother and daughter duo quite often. The mother and daughter duo outmaneuvered him and got um, Ashok Gehlot parachuted as chief minister again. So now he has his track record, and we all know how Congress fares when it fights an election with Ashok Gehlot as the face.
That's true. That's
And
true.
I do not see anything else happening to that track record. He's done these freebie business for donkey's years. Everybody knows that. And these freebies, my opinion, general opinion across the board, is that no freebies work in the election year.
Good to know that, sir. Now let's take a look at BJP's fortunes. Do you think that Vasundhara Raje will again be the face of BJP? Should she be the face of BJP? And if not, who are the alternatives?
To me, it doesn't look as if she would be the face of BJP, though, of course, she would be buoyed by the Karnataka result. I think she was badly waiting for the Karnataka result to go against the BJP so that she could lay her claim. She has also this great record of losing the elections every time she has been chief minister. And that is principally because of her arrogance. She is so terribly arrogant, and there is one thing that goes through the roof when she is chief minister, and that is corruption. And a lot of allegations get leveled against her personally. It has happened every time she's been chief minister. And last time, one of the principal reasons was that these charges stuck. And that's what Sachin Pilot is talking about now, because they made a lot of charges against Vasundhara Raje. She lost the election. In fact, the buzz at that time was that even BJP supporters and fence-sitters, they were all chanting, "Modi tujhse bair nahi, Rani teri khair nahi."
Acha, okay, understood.
So she also, she styles herself as the Maharani, She likes to be called Maharani Sahib and things of those kinds. Oh, but a lot of people get upset in this manner. And then, of course, she has this haughty demeanor about herself, in that royal demeanor that she throws around all the time, everywhere. That doesn't work anymore. She lost both elections, even though she would have been in the pole position. In fact, in 2008, she lost the election in spite of the fact that 26/11 had happened just a week before the polling.
Oh, wow.
And that enabled BJP to get 78 seats. Otherwise, they would have got something like 30-40 seats. The mood was that devastating. The other governments came back. The MP government came back. The Chhattisgarh government came back. But Rajasthan government did not come back at that time. In spite of, because MP elections had taken place before 26/11 happened, Chhattisgarh also. Rajasthan election was the only one that happened after 26/11. And even that could not bring BJP to the majority. Whereas the other two, MP and Chhattisgarh, they got majority even before, without having the 26/11 factor. So that's how bad her administration was. That's how corrupt that regime was in 2008. 2018 ditto. Even though in 2018 she didn't get too much of a free hand because Modi had come in the center by that time. But then there's only so much that you can do sitting there in the center. I mean, look at Bommai, Basavaraj Bommai. The impression that he was a listless administrator ultimately cost them the government.
Now, you said you think that it might not be her. Before that, she is the sister of Madhavrao Scindia, right?
No, she is not the sister of Madhavrao Scindia.
I thought she was related to the Scindia
Yes,
family.
yes, Madhav Rao Scindia. She's the sister of
Madhav Rao
Rao
Scindia, not Jyotiraditya.
I thought you were talking
Madhav Rao
about
Scindia. Yeah.
Madhav Rao Scindia's sister, yes.
Yeah. One generation above. So if BJP were to look beyond Vijayaraje Scindia, who would be the possible candidates?
There are quite a few candidates right now, and I think the next chief minister could come from among the members of parliament that we have here. And my bet has somehow always been on the honorable speaker of the Lok Sabha. I think he could be the dark horse.
Well, these days we don't have all these conventions that once somebody has been a speaker or a governor, that they don't come back into active politics. I think all those things have been thrown.
Oh, a long time back. I mean, that's never been the case. And I remember our speaker here, Harishankar Babda. He, while he was a speaker, he ultimately left the speakership and became deputy CM. Not even CM. He became deputy CM. And I'm talking about when? I'm talking about 1995.
Well, so that's one person. Anybody else you can think of?
Then there are, of course, a lot of other people in the mix. The party president is always one in the mix. But then he's quite new to the job. I don't know. He needs to cut his teeth. But if he demonstrates some capability,
right,
maybe he could also be in the mix. Ultimately, he has become the party president only because of Modi, I guess. He's a member of parliament from Chittorgarh. His name is also C.P. Joshi. He has the same name as the Honorable Speaker of the Rajasthan Legislative Assembly at present. So that could be another. A lot of people keep throwing the names of Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod and Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, but then according to me, their names may not even be under consideration. There could be some other dark horses. There is this Princess of Jaipur, Diya Kumari. And if they really want to take that royal sheen off Vasundhara Raje, they could use her as well.
Right. But does she have any administrative experience?
Everything is quite open. No, she doesn't.
Okay.
She administers her palace, of course.
Of course. Now, before we sign off, last question for you. I'm hearing that DK Shivkumar has threatened that he has 50 MLAs with him, and that if he doesn't get the CM post, he's going to go lock, stock and join with BJP. He doesn't have the numbers. Clearly, it will be some other way. What do you think? Is this something
65 plus 50 is 115.
Right. True, but so the 50 cannot transfer right away, right? The 50 can't transfer. They have to resign. Then they have to wait for the election poll announcement. Then they all have to get re-elected. This soon it might be difficult, don't you think?
See, nobody's taken oath yet. So that's still a gray area.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is a new twist. Definite googly. Wow.
They haven't taken the oath of MLA yet. So that's a gray area. It hasn't been finally decided in the court as to what happens to the status of an MLA who has not taken the oath.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. That I didn't realize that there is a technicality
they are only what is called MLA elect.
Okay.
They're not yet MLAs yet. They become members only when they are sworn in the Legislative Assembly.
So you think it's possible that they can walk across and say that we are going to be another group and they cannot be disqualified because they don't constitute 2/3 of the Congress party and they can be recognized as a separate group?
It could happen.
No,
That
because
is
see,
theoretical possibility, certainly.
that's the only way DKS can become chief minister. See, on the his deal
And
will be
if he walks away with 50, he has the means
right.
to purchase another 50.
So true, so true, so true. So we'll wait with interest what happens. But this was a wonderful trip down memory lane, Sanjay ji. I did not know all these different nuances about Rajasthan politics, but we think that BJP has a very good chance of coming back. We don't know who's going to be the CM, and Sachin again. We don't know what's going to happen, where his plane is going to land. So we'll wait and see. Once again, thank you so much, sir.
I'll just add a little. The last
Yeah.
time a government was repeated in Rajasthan was 1985. That happened because of Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. Of course, technically you could say, because in 89 there was a government elected which was a combination of BJP, Janata Dal. Then there was a split within the Janata Dal, and then BJP formed the government, 𝗤𝙗 Singh Shekhawat as chief minister. So that government was dismissed in 1992.
Oh, because of the Ram Janmabhoomi thing.
Ram Janmabhoomi. Then the elections took place again in 1993. That same government came back. So according to me, it's a continuum. Some people say that it's a repeat. I don't think it was a repeat, because the previous government lasted hardly a year or so, year and a half or so.
Thank you so much, sir. Once again, namaskar.
Namaste ji.